Sparks here, and welcome to the Sparks Show, where we got comedy, news, and two forgettable digs.
With Sparks.
You've got tiny wrists.
Pike.
Hates French toast and your children.
And you, the committee.
Yo, what up, fucker?
Subscribe now and become a committee member. Let's rock.
That's what I'm talking about.
There he is. There he is.
Oh, Pike! What a show do we have for today, man? What a show, bro.
I always look forward to these. It was like I look forward to these like the day in elementary school when they would switch the seating arrangements. You know? You ever get hyped for those days?
No, but I just spilled water all over my face. That was quite great. It gives you a new perspective on the world. You're like, oh, so this is what it's like to sit over here. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, not so much worldly perspective, but there's a shot you could be either sat next to your boy, you know, your buddy, or the chick you're into, and potentially move away, or also could be the person that like smells because they have a horrible home life. You just didn't know. It was a real Russian roulette. But nonetheless, super exciting. Always look forward to that day.
Always looking forward to that day. Well, today is exciting because, we're going to be doing I Heard That on the show today. Looking forward to I Heard That. We got a round of them. So we have no time to lollygag. Also, we're going to be talking about how much should you have in savings, or more specifically, net worth. What's your net worth by age? So we're going to be looking at your net worth by age. See how you're doing there, Pike. See how I'm doing. See how you're doing. I don't even know my net worth, dude. I would have to calculate this, but
can't you just Google it? Sparks net worth.
Like it shows up like it's me and Matthew McConaughey. It's
yeah. CelebrityNetWorth.com.
Yeah. I let Forbes calculate my net worth for me every year. I don't do it myself at all.
That's nice.
So we'll talk about that, and I think it's going to be like a lot of people. It's going to be disheartening, but don't let it be disheartening. Okay, I don't want anyone to think that they're doing shitty at life because their net worth isn't what Time Magazine says, which is what we're using as a benchmark. So
okay,
because I'll show you how you can do it. Okay, that's coming on up here in a few minutes plus. So if we have time, we'll get to the news that matters. Yesterday we didn't even have time for news that matters. So
yeah. Got a goodie.
Yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. Oh, well, you know what, Pike? Before we can even move on, let me ask you this. How long were you, like, feeling shitty after you got that second shot? Because I got my second shot yesterday, and I feel awful this morning.
Ooh, yeah. Well, the worst of it was just overnight, and you're through that. But I did feel, I would say, foggy and fatigued for a couple days, kind of like when you just drink a bunch on the weekend and you don't really feel normal till Wednesday.
It's like the old, once you hit 30s, you start having like 2-3 day hangovers. You're like, fuck this. Mm-hmm. Oh, brutal. That's a great comparison. That's how I feel. I feel hungover, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, then give it till tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, you should be ready to rip again.
Yeah, going back to that pharmacy. Be like, hit me again, man. You back already? Be like, bro, I just drank some Pedialyte, had an Egg McMuffin. I'm ready to roll, baby.
What if it came out that the vaccine was like super addictive? They didn't realize it.
That'd be awful. You're addicted to feeling shitty all the time.
Yeah, the whole nation is hooked. Get people impersonating other people to get another shot. Oh.
Yeah. You're using dead people's names. You're like going through the obituaries. The senior citizen just died. I gotta go get the shot. They're approved before everyone else. Hilarious.
Oh wow. Hilarious. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So yeah, give it some. You'll be good.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. I'm finished. Well, let me ask you this. Would you rather go on 2 separate 3-day vacations or 1 week-long vacation?
Week long, baby. Every time.
You week long or oh yeah, okay.
Gotta be. I'm not a weekend warrior getaway kind of guy. I am. I need to shut the whole thing down. You know, it's like Die Hard.
Like 3 days ain't enough.
Yeah, 3 days, bro. 3 days. I'm still stressing over. You know, how much did I tip the room service guy? Should I have? You know, oh fuck. 3 days in, I'm still concerned about how much money we're spending at the valet. You know, like this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
By
and then
day
all of a
5,
sudden, it's like email to check into your flight to leave.
Yeah,
And yeah.
that's the worst thing. Because whenever you go on like a week-long vacation, it's really 6 days. Because the day 6, you're like, fuck, I gotta fly out tomorrow. I gotta get ready. Like you start feeling that anxiety start building in your soul. You're like, oh fuck, I gotta pack everything. Do we have everything? How we get into the airport? I gotta return this rental car. I gotta get all and you're like, fuck, it's not until tomorrow at 3:00, you know, and I got a whole nother night. And then you're thinking, oh man, I don't want to be hungover for the flight tomorrow. I don't want to be, dude.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah, that is hell. That's some kind of living hell. That last day of vacation.
Living hell.
It's about as bad as it gets for a human.
I don't know if it's as bad as you get. You know, I don't know if the guys down in Gitmo are like, yeah, buddy, waterboard me because this ain't bad as day 6 of vacation.
It's all perspective.
Yeah, exactly. That's what really Guantanamo Bay is. It's just, I've never been there. So if you go there, it's really just kind of like, it's like a sandals resort. But you're just always having to check out the next day. And everyone's like, please, no, I'll talk. I swear to God, I'll talk. Tell me, when time's check out? 10 a.m. Who checks out at 10 a.m.? No.
No, that's a fun thing to think about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. What about you? 2-3 day vacations or 1 week?
Oh, I'm the king of those. I've always like had a ton of vacation time left over because I'm never taking more than a day for a vacation.
Oh,
Like take Friday off, come back Sunday. But I like because I go to Vegas a lot, and that's all you need there. You don't need a week, as you know.
yeah, I was there for
You had 5
6
years there,
Yeah.
Turns out a week is already too much.
You know what though? I think, yeah. Places like Vegas are 100% for a weekend. It's like built for like a 3-4 day thing. Because by the time day 5 rolls around, your liver is screaming at you, and you're like, "Fuck, dude! I've already been to this casino 6 times. The novelty and shine has worn off."
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Vegas. At some point, casinos are just like casinos. Like it does. We don't need to walk what looks like 500 feet, but is really 7 miles to the Bellagio because it's just going to be another casino, much like the one you're staying in.
That's exactly right. 100% agree. It all starts, the shine starts wearing off. You start noticing the same homeless people on the bridge every day. You're like, oh no, I'm becoming a local. You're like, oh man, this is what it's like. And the answer is yes, that is exactly what it's like. Locals in Vegas, they just go down the strip and then they get the F out of there ASAP. So you go down the strip to like see a concert or a show, comedy show, you know, I don't know, whatever kind of show you want. They have all kinds of them there, obviously. And then you dip and you immediately start hitting home, hit the high road, get the fuck out of there.
Right.
Yeah. So
It's nice to have it there, I'm sure.
Oh, it's
as
awesome
an
that it's
option
down the street. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's like an anus.
What?
It's like an anus in that
Yeah,
it's
I heard
nice
that
that it's
part.
there. Yeah, and it's an option. It's just down the road, but it's not somewhere you're going to be every weekend.
Sure. That makes sense. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
You got it. Well, I wanted to say this real quick, but you're now in your 30s. I feel like that's going to start changing. So let me know if that starts changing where you're like, dude, I need more of a vacation time than this. I need like 5 days.
I really thought you were mentioning the anus again.
No.
I really did. But okay, no, yeah, I would love to. Like, I've never taken more than a 4-day vacation. I went on a 4-day cruise once. I would love to, but I'm always like conservative with vacation time and then like money. Like, I've never spent $2,000 on a vacation, you know. But we never went on a proper honeymoon either. I would like to.
Yeah, you need 10 days somewhere. And you need to set aside $5,000 to $7,000, and that is your 10-day vacation budget. And then, dude, you're living like a goddamn king for that time.
God, that does sound like a dream.
Oh,
and I've never even been to like Mexico or, you know, I'll go to like LA or Florida, but I've never been to like Mexico. Just on the all inclusive. I've never done that.
I've never done that either. I've never done all inclusive. I've never been to Mexico.
Oh, really?
No, but I mean, I've been to Puerto Rico. I went there for my honeymoon. Spent 10 days in Puerto Rico. I went to Europe for 10 days. 10 days is it, dude. That's the vacation time all Americans should take. Should start at 10 days and then go up. They give you 2 weeks vacation. Everyone should just use their 2 weeks like, bam, like just all my vacation once. So you come back feel like a new person. You're like a changed human. It's like you were baptized by relaxation. Oh, you walk into the office, you're like, hey, everyone fucking hates you. You're like, let's get back to it. And you're like, this is why the rest of the world has 6 weeks of this shit.
God,
they take 3 of these a year. Yeah.
Oh, what a fantasy. Yeah.
I know.
Dude, 2 weeks is not enough, especially when you don't live at home. So you have to like factor in going home for weddings and holidays.
That's it, dude.
Oh, it's impossible. Dude, impossible.
Possible.
I was going to take a few days out for the 4th of July. I'm like, I just can't. I literally can't. So, no.
Brutal. Yeah, brutal. Yeah, that's the secret. Take all your vacation days at one time and then quit your job and then go work somewhere else where you get 2 more weeks. It's called the 3W2 vacation vacation packet.
This dude, this was my news that mattered yesterday that we didn't get to, but this dude in, I want to say like Taiwan or something, where they give you 8 days if you get married. It's law. He got married, took 8 days off, divorced her, remarried her, got 8 more days. He did this three times before they're like, I don't know. I don't think so.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I love it.
Ended up go ahead.
No. Ended up in court.
And they've sided with him. They're like, dude, that's the law. So it's a loophole he found, but fucking give him his 32 days off.
I love this man. I love everything about this guy. Mm-hmm. I just think that, you know, as Americans, I don't know, man. It's like once you hit a certain age, I want to say like 80% of the people agree on shit, where there's not that much that we're divided on as citizens of the United States. They're like the things we have more in common than uncommon. They don't want you to think about. They don't, you know what I mean? Media, political parties, all these things, they want you to think that, oh, it's different. So, dude, if you have a kid and your wife gives birth and you, after 3 months, you're expecting your wife to go back to work full time, that's brutal, dude. That's fucking brutal. 3 months, especially if you're a first time parent, you're like, what am I doing? What's going on? Like, you're still like, you have no idea what the hell's happening in the world. You're like coming up for oxygen, like, what is going on? It's 3 months later. What? You know, and they expect you to like, hey, yeah, take this 3-month-old and drop it off at a daycare. That's going to cost you a goddamn fortune to go and get back to work. Oh, and by the way, when you were off, we made you sign up for short-term disability. Like you threw out your back instead of giving you like maternity leave. It's like, I have never met a person that thinks that that's totally fine.
Yeah, me neither. Don't you think like that's just how it is now? Like the 40-hour work week, the maternity leave situation, that's all just how it is now. And it's such like a blimp in time that it's gonna be way different.
You
50 years from now, even. Yeah, I think so. Like,
I hope so.
Us humans, you know, like it's just what has changed in the last 100 years. You know, it's just such a microcosm of time that We're still figuring it out. Everyone's like, well, this is how it's always been. I'm like, always been? It's been like that for a percent of human history.
Yeah, I think it was like the 20s or something. The labor unions are the ones that came up with the 8-hour workday, get the weekends off. That wasn't a thing until like 1927. And like the labor unions were like 8 hours. The reason why it's 8 hours is because it's a day, 24 hours is broken up into a third. A third of your day is for work, a third of your day is for free time, and a third of your day is for rest. That's how they did it. That's how they devised an 8-hour workday. And they said 5 days a week are going to be working for your business, but the weekends, those are for you. And those were because of labor unions. That's the only reason why we have work weeks and work days. Dude, like my grandfather was born when people were just like, get to work, but it's Sunday. I don't give a shit. You know, it wasn't that long ago.
And just because it's just 8 hours because it was an easily divisible number, you know,
that's
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
It's just because of the number. Same thing with like how you get 3 strikes for everything. It's like, that's only because of baseball. If it was 5 strikes in baseball, we'd be able to fuck up 5 times before they could do anything.
Yeah. Well, here, man, I'm all for, 6 weeks of vacation for Americans. I'm all for 4-day work weeks, and I'm all for 1 year maternity leave. It's just all you're doing is improving the mental health of its citizens of the United States. And if you're a small business owner and you're like, well, fuck you, Sparks, because I couldn't afford to pay that shit. Well, it should be subsidized by the government. That's why we pay taxes. So we pay taxes to the government, so the government will have our best interests in mind. That's where I would like to see our tax dollars going. One fragment of our tax dollars going to that instead of some nonsense that they spend over there in Washington. Vote for me. I'm running for president. This is my political. Apparently, it's a political podcast. No, we didn't. Dude, we're 17 minutes in. We're fucking lollygagging here. Episode 401. We got no time for this, Pike. We first of all, look, it's a comedy finance podcast. That over there is non-financial advisor at Pike Taylor Radio on all social media. Go ahead and give him a follow. Look at that nice smile. Look at that. Doesn't he look like a nice dude? He is a nice guy. I'm at Sparks Radio. Also, not a financial advisor, not a financial professional. This is a entertainment podcast only. Not here to give you financial advice. However, we will be talking finances, and we do have I Heard That coming on up here. So let's get right to it, man. Pike, how much money should you save by age? That's what we're talking about. And when I say save, I'm not just talking about sitting in a savings account earning 0.0000001% interest, because that's how you just lose cash. Okay, I'm talking about compounding interest. It is the great, like we talked about yesterday, greatest gift of mankind, or whatever. Warren Buffett calls it God's gift to mankind, the 8th wonder of the world. You know, he's got a bunch of sayings about compound interest. It really is amazing. So let's do this. Let's break it down. How much money do you think you need to save by the time you're in your 20s?
It just entering your 20s or done with your 20s?
Anytime in your 20s, between 20 and 29. Let's talk about how much money you've saved. Let's talk about your net worth. What's your net worth? So that's where you take your assets. That's retirement accounts. That's it can be if you own a house, that's an asset. If you own a car, that's an asset. All the things you have, gold, retirement accounts, investment accounts, property, real estate. You take your assets minus your liabilities. So take all your assets, total them up, tally them up, and then subtract all your debts. You have student loans, you have credit card bills, you have, I don't know if you have a personal loan out, you tried opening a business, you still have to pay that back, that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
assets minus liabilities equal net worth. Right.
If you're a homeowner, you're just counting what you've paid off on the home, and then you have to subtract what you owe on the home.
Yeah. You could take your, like Zillow can give you a Zestimate is what they call it on your house.
Nice.
And you take that number and you subtract what you owe on it. And then hopefully you have equity in the home, and then that goes towards your net worth.
Okay. I don't know. In your 20s, I would say like it's probably tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands. Actually, most people in their 20s have a negative net worth.
Okay.
which is not bad. Not bad. And that's not a bad thing, is what I mean by that. So if
Right,
you're in your
right.
20s, you have a negative net worth, it's because, look, you don't have any compound interest. I pulled this from time.com. This is a little chart here showing you everything. And I'm not going to follow this because I think that this is wrong. And like I said, it's going to make you sad if you sit there and go, oh, shit, I don't need this. So between your 20s and 30s, so like 20 to 29 years old, it says you should have 1x your current salary or $22,000 to $40,000. 1 month of expenses saved up as well. So if, normally when you're in your 20s, you're making anywhere, on average, you're making anywhere from $22,000 to $40,000 a year. And they're saying you should have a full year's salary saved when you're in your 20s. Is that realistic? And again, no, because most people have a negative net worth in their 20s because they're saddled with student debt. They're riddled with credit card debt. They don't make a lot of money at their jobs. They got a car payment. They don't own any homes. You know what I mean? This is like, they're broke. 20-year-olds are broke on average. It's just how it works out. Okay. So don't be discouraged by that fucking Time magazine bullshit article that I'm going to reference here a bunch of times. If you can just do one thing in your 20s, it is 100% to get an IRA or invest in your company's 401k. That is paramount because you're so young in your 20s that you have time on your side. Time is the most valuable asset in investing, and you have the most of it in your 20s. So it doesn't matter if you have like $500, throw it in an IRA, throw it in a 401k, because that thing is, you're going to end up making more money than people who just dump in $100,000 in their 50s. Does that make sense? You're just going to, $500.
Totally. Yeah.
Just dump as much as you can into an IRA and 401k in your 20s, because you will be the smartest 20-year-old, and it's not impossible. And everybody already knows you're broke, and nobody has any expectations for you to fucking own a house and to have a family and to drive Beamers and all that kind of stuff. That's what I've always said on this show. Don't worry about it. Expectations for you are low. You are setting yourself up to fucking live the high life and not work as hard as that dude who bought a Beamer in his 20s who looks really cool because he has underglow on his fucking car. He's going to be working that same job he's at until he's 60. And he's going to have carpal tunnel because his hands won't work properly. Okay? Because he wanted underglow in his 20s. You want to be the opposite. Be Benjamin Button on that shit. Okay? You're growing the other way. Time magazine, back to this nonsense. It says between your 30s and 40s, 3x your current salary. Jesus Christ, look at this. 3 times your current salary. $126,000 to $253,000. You're supposed to have saved.
That's a lot of money.
Seems astronomical, doesn't it? Right?
Yeah, it sure does. Yeah.
Crazy. Well, here's what happens. When you're in your 30s, the actual median income. So median is the best way to say it's right in the middle. If you're thinking about averages, it's right in the middle. So what you have is you have some people in your 30s that are millionaires that are throwing this whole fucking thing askew. So what you do is you look right at the median, and the median of an average net worth in your 30s is $11,030. How does that
Come
sound?
again?
Huh?
The median earnings?
Net worth in your 30s.
Oh, net worth. Okay. Well, that sounds much more reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah. I got 11,000. I dug myself out of debt in my 20s. I'm in my 30s now. My early 30s, I am just starting to cook, baby. Here we go, right? I'm just starting to go. I have $11,000 of net worth. Here's what I would recommend. Hopefully you got yourself an IRA in your 20s. You're working probably shit jobs, part-time gigs. Maybe you got your first full-time gig out of college. Hopefully they offered a 401k. You're in your 30s now. You should work at a job that offers a 401k. Get a 401k. Got it. You're putting money in the 401k. Get an HSA. HSA stands for Health Savings Account. I don't know if your company, Pike, you work for, offers an HSA.
They don't directly, but the benefits company does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So an HSA is a powerful weapon in lowering how much money you make tax wise. So HSAs are super dope and I love them. And I have one. And what did it say? It's not a flexible spending account. These are two different things, HSA and flexible spending account. HSA is like a bank account that you can just use to pay down medical expenses. But what it also does is it lowers your taxable income. And if you don't even use your HSA, you can then roll that in to a retirement account, which is like, what? Wait a minute. Huh? Wait, what? Yeah, you can roll that into your 401k. So it's almost like fucking your juice in your 401k. If you remain healthy and things happen, maybe you break a leg, you have to go to the hospital and you have to pay out of pocket. Well, you can use tax-free dollars to pay for that broken leg post insurance. They send you like an HSA debit card. You just, here you go.
Yeah.
Boop. They already have it set aside. It lowers your taxable income, AKA meaning you're not going to make as much, AKA you're going to get more back on your taxes every single year, which is awesome, but you still get to keep that money. And then I can't remember what age it is, but then after your HSA, you can then roll that in to an investment account, which is like, dude, steroids. It's like steroids for your retirement account. So HSAs are a mighty weapon in building net worth. It's great. And yes, it still counts to your net worth, which is amazing. So get yourself an HSA, not a flexible spending account. You can get one of those too, but they're definitely two different things. Get yourself an IRA 401k and build your credit. This is where you just start crushing your fucking credit when you're in your 30s, because you're starting to get real assets. You're starting to build money. You got a good income. You're starting to make some cash. And all of a sudden, you're building your credit. Now, by 35, you're supposed to have 2 times your annual salary. So if you make 50 grand a year, by the time you're 35, how much is your net worth? Your net worth is $100,000. And you're like, wait a minute, hold on. It went from 11,000 to 100,000. Well, because you're not just putting this money from your 20s and the early 30s into a savings account, you're putting them into investment accounts. So you can put them into taxable investment accounts. So you could sign up at like M1 Finance. You can put them into like a Charles Schwab account, whatever you want. Put them into an index fund. And then all you do is you just keep dumping money into it. You're going to hit compound interest that's grown. Hopefully over the last 15 years, you should be able to turn your 50 grand into $200,000 pretty easily. Does that make sense? You should be able to 3x it over 15 years. That's
okay.
Fine. Okay, so that's how they're getting these insane fucking numbers, dude. And I also brought up this chart. This is from where did I pull this one from? This is from CNBC.com. This chart here. This is median pay male and median pay female by age. So median pay by 35 years old for a man is $75,000 roughly. That means you're making 48% more than a 22-year-old male. So you're making, see how quickly it jumps up once you hit 35? Right. People start taking you seriously. You've established yourself in a business. Median pay for a female, this is hilarious in a very sad way. Median pay for a 35-year-old male is $75,000. Median pay for a female at 35 is only $58,000. Oof. That's a hell of a discrepancy in price. So we got to get ladies making more money. And I don't think, you hear a lot of dudes like, oh, fuck that, man. I don't understand the logic, because if you were a straight person and you're going to be marrying a female, wouldn't you want your household income to fucking... Wouldn't you want like $20,000 more coming into your house? And you know how hard your wife works, and then they're fucking ripping her off? Why? Because she's a lady? Like, that's horseshit, dude. That's total bullshit. So, again.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Ridiculous. So, look at this. By the time you're 40... dudes are making $82,000, basically $83,000. Women are making $60,000. Making 20 grand
Jesus
more.
Christ.
Like,
And these are people with bachelor's degree. Was that what it said up there?
Yeah. These are bachelor. Yep.
Right. So we're not even talking about like, oh, well, they don't have an education, blah, blah. No, it's all on the same playing field here.
Right. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I'm talking about like if you got a bachelor and you do the exact same job as the person next to you and the person next to you. I'm talking about the exact same job, exact same experience, exact same skill level. There's a lot of variable things here, right? There's pregnancy, and a lot of women, they get set back by the time they're 40 because they end up leaving their job and they don't want to come back. So the guys continue to progress and get raises and bonuses and all that kind of stuff. And then women who re-enter the workforce don't have the same kind of skill set or work history and all that kind of stuff. So that contributes. But I'm talking about same job for job. Women are still making less, which, by the way, if you're in a household, you're like, God damn, I want some more cash. Pay my wife some money. It's just kind of crazy. So I want to speed this along because we got I Heard That, so I want to get to. By the time also, just real quick, by the time you're 35 and you have your 2 times your annual salary because you got compound interest, you're investing this shit, you're doing all things by the book, just a heads up, by the time you hit 35, you're usually within a couple grand. If you've been in that industry for your working career, you're within a couple grand of your maximum earning potential. So if you are 35 and you've been with the company since you were 21 and you've worked your way up, you've got bonuses, by the time you hit 35, you're about $2,000 off on average. This, of course, can fluctuate, especially if it's sales. And again, I'm talking really broad strokes here. So think about it. You might be hitting the ceiling on your earning potential. If you want to earn more, you might have to leave or go to a different industry or go to a competitor. So just keep that in mind. If you're like 35 years old, I'm 35 years old, it might be smart to have a change coming up here, because if you feel like you should be making more money, that's a way to think about it, because could be hitting that ceiling. By the time you're 50, you're supposed to have 4 to 6 times your savings, your annual savings in terms of net worth. 4 to 6 times. And keep in mind, according to this chart, by the time you're hit your 50s, you're making $92,000 a year. Mm-hmm. 92.5. So we'll just, for sake of math, you're making $100K a year. By the time you're 50, 4 to 6, you should have $400,000 to $600,000 in net worth by the time you hit 50. Which doesn't seem that much, because you're going to be retiring in, 13 to 15 years.
Yeah, ideally.
So it's a numbers game, man. And I'm not saying that to discourage you. I'm saying that to, if you are a young person and you're here listening to the show, that's why it's amazing to invest. And one last thing I want to show you, Pike, is this. I'll put a link in the description for this episode, is this compound interest calculator, just to show you it's not bananas. Here, let me pull up the website here. Well, I'll do it here with you at the same time. This is it's investor.gov. Can I type here? It says initial investment. Let's say I saved, how much do you save? And you're 25 years old. What's a normal number?
Per month, or what are you talking?
A year.
I don't know. $5,000?
$5,000.
I'm finished.
Oh, I don't know if I can do this here on this. I don't know if it'll let me. It might. No. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I think I type it in here. 5,000. No, it's not letting me. Okay, hold on. I'll have to do it over on this website. So it's a calculator. Here we go. I'll show you. Okay, so you put in $5,000. Fuck you. Please work, keyboard. God damn it. $5,000. How much money are you putting in every month? Let's say
it's 5,000.
5,000 initial investment. And you're 20 something years old. How much do you think you can afford to put in every month?
400 or 500.
Let's. You want to do 400? Let's do on the low end here.
Yeah. Yeah, $200 paycheck.
$200 a paycheck. You're putting in $400 a month. How long are you doing this? Well, if you're 20, what did I say? 25?
Yeah.
All right. So you're doing this for 40 years because you're going to work until you're 65. All right. You're putting your money away. It's earning at what interest rate? The average return on an index fund for Vanguard total market index fund is 7%. Let's put that in there. That's your interest rate every single year. You put in $400 a month for 40 years at 7%. Let's do a range of, it says a range variance. Let's do no, I won't do a range just yet. Let's just do this. Okay, and you're compounded annually. Perfect. Calculate. All right, here we go. So you're 25 years old, you have $5,000, you put it in. You pop in $400 a month for 40 goddamn years at 7%. By the time you hit 65 years old, you'll have $1,033,120.83. You would have contributed $197,000. You 10x'd.
Wow.
You 10x your investment.
Yeah. That makes it much more realistic.
So there you go. Look, you just became a millionaire by the time you retired, and you only put in $400 a month, which, by the way, is difficult in your 20s. But as soon as you hit your 30s, if you're making, 80 grand a year, which it's saying by the time you're hitting 35, $400 a month is not impossible. So that's my point. Compound interest is the only redeeming factor of getting a retirement. But also, you got to think, this is just bare minimum. This is just like, you're not having fun. You're not buying a house. This isn't including real estate. This is just straight up money in your index fund. Imagine if you bought a house and it appreciated in value and you kept your expenses low and you started your own business and dude, people are going to be crushing it, man. They're going to be making in so much more money that, by the way, you're like, oh, but I don't want to wait till I'm 65 to be a millionaire. Dude, you're living it up and your retirement's already taken care of by the time you're 65. So you can spend all that money that you would normally have to fucking skimp. And keep in mind, you're still going to be entitled, hopefully, knock on wood, if it's still around, Social Security too. And Medicare.
A lot of people just living on that. So
yeah. Dude, you got $1 million. You're golfing every day.
it's all gravy.
Every
exactly.
day you're on the golf
Vacations.
course.
Yeah, you're the grandparent that's just like, where's Grandpa this week? Christ, he's in Norway.
Yep.
Oh.
That's it, dude. That's 100%. So it's not hard. I don't want anybody to be discouraged. It just takes, again, 311 has that quote that I've told you, Pike. It's the persistent always win. It's the people that do not give up, and they just doesn't like, dude, I'm unemployed right now and I'm still putting money away in fucking investments. I never stopped because I was like, this is the time, because I'm 35. Even though I'm not putting a lot of money away, I don't even know how much money I'm putting in investments. It's an auto thing. It might be $100 a month. It doesn't matter. I'm still doing it every single month because the time is the valuable asset. It's the most important commodity. All right. I'm done with my fucking seminar about compound interest.
That's good stuff. Good
Thanks,
stuff
man.
today. Yeah.
All right. Let's get to the funnies now. Let's hit it. I heard that. Here we go. Oh, is it not playing?
Ta-da.
Yeah. Let's try it again.
It's time for the world famous I Heard That.
Yeah, all right. I heard that. This is where we go through and we take out all these things. They're out of context. We play them back here on the show. We say a lot of dumb shit here on the show all the time, but normally it goes over people's heads. I'm not even going to play. I'm going to get right to the top 10 for sake of time, because the bottom 10 we could play next month. Not even bottom 10, the good enoughs. We'll play next week here. Let's get right to the top 10. Are you ready?
All right, let's go. Let's do it.
All right. Again, these were completely innocent in the time we said them. Take on out of context. They sound horrible. Here we go. Number 10. I heard that.
Number 10.
No, this is top of the line.
That's my computer choking. Hold on. Let me try it again.
Number 10.
What is going on here?
Number 10.
Fucking number 10. Number 10. Here, let's try it again.
Dong.
Number 10.
I haven't had to go. No, this is top of the line dong. I haven't had to go there yet, We've had plenty of dong at home here, but
Okay, there you go.
come on now. What?
That was fucking awful. In terms of execution.
Well, eventually we got there, and I'm still confused at what that possibly was about. Because dong is not like this word that means a bunch of different things.
No, I don't know what we were talking about in dongs, but it was not dongs. I can tell you that much. It was not like throbbing rods here. It was something else. Let me try it again. Let's see if I can get the numbers to go. Here we go.
Number 10.
No, this is top of the line dong. I haven't had to go there yet. We've had plenty of dong at home here, but
My eyes on that one. My eyes are like.
well, I'm trying to think of the dong we've had here at home. I can't think of it. Interesting.
All right, here we go. Number 9. I heard that.
Number 9.
Give him that Johnson and let him put it in me.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we all know what that's about, right? I could decipher that, but oof. Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You get it now?
yes, I do now.
Give him that Johnson and let him put it in me.
Yeah.
All right, there you have it. That's number 9. Moving on here. Number 8. I heard that.
Number 8.
That whatever I was fondling around with for hours when I was a kid didn't cost that much. Your eyes are the same every time.
Yeah, because I'm like, wait a minute, something's happening here. He has no idea. Shut your mouth. Don't let him know. Yeah, exactly.
Number 8.
That whatever I was fondling around with for hours when I was a kid didn't cost that much. No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
All right, here we go. Number 7. I heard that.
7.
Hoeing that thing in your mouth. Just wow, 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 wow. Right? That is going to be my Christmas.
Oh, the ending. We put a bow on it.
Oh, yeah. It kept getting worse as we were going. Number 7, one more time.
7.
Hoeing that thing in your mouth. Just wow, 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 wow. Right? That is going to be my Christmas. Sick. Nice.
Dude, happy holidays, bro. That's great.
All right, number 6. Here we go.
Number 6.
Nobody did it better than Daddy.
All right.
No. Not a one.
Oh, Pike, your father makes another appearance here.
Nobody did it better than Daddy. I feel like I was Daddy in that scenario. I can't say for sure.
What do you think? Bottom 5. How do you like them?
Incredible. Incredible.
No weak ones
I
yet?
can't wait. No, they were all glorious in their own way.
Okay.
Did you like them all?
I've looked at these 9,000 times, so I'm like, I have no idea anymore. It's like wallpaper to me. Yeah. Here we go. Number 5. We've hit the top 5. I heard that. Once again, these are all taken out of context. Here we go. Number 5.
Number 5.
Listen, kid, your nuts are in your stomach, and I'm going to shake them out.
I just loved how angry you were at that whole thing. I don't know.
Listen, kid, your nuts are in your stomach, and I'm going to shake them out.
Like you're talking through your teeth, and I don't understand.
Yeah. Oh, I remember what that was. That's so good.
Yeah, so good. Number 4. I heard that.
Number 4.
You wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for my nads. There's a goddamn Harvey Weinstein over here. I don't know what I was talking about, but my God, awful.
You wouldn't. That is amazing.
Yeah, one more
Whose
time.
job are your nads responsible for?
Apparently yours. I don't know.
Number 4.
You wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for my nads. I have no idea what we were talking about there, but my God, so fun. Here we go. We've hit the top 3, Pike. Top 3. Number 3. I heard that.
Number 3.
He fucked me, doggy. Brennan McDougal. What?
Oh, how much do I love that one?
So much
great.
happening.
Yeah, one more time. Number 3.
Number 3.
He fucked me doggy. Brennan McDougal.
Number 3.
He fucked me
Oh,
doggy.
it's going again.
Brennan McDougal.
Good old Brendan McDougal.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Doggy.
Yeah. Here we go. Number 2. I heard that.
Number 2.
I'm assaulting people in the parking lot. All right. I didn't even want to put that one in because I was like, God, yeah.
It's aggressive.
It's so aggressive. And it's so quick. I'm like, oh, shit.
Number 2.
I'm assaulting people in the parking lot. Hey, why am I annoyed? It's like you're interrupting me. Hey, man. I'm assaulting people in the parking lot. What do you want?
Yeah, leave me alone. Oh, your face, if you can't see the video, it's just a very, very direct and aggressive.
Very angry about it. I'm assaulting people in the parking lot. I was very upset at you, apparently. All right, here we go. Number 1, I heard that. You ready? I'm a little nervous. I hope I nailed it.
There's some goodies.
Here we go. Number 1, I
All right.
heard that.
Number 1.
Hey, that's a long
Yeah,
road there through Iowa. You want to borrow my nephew?
Oh, no.
Oh, it's an awful number 1.
So bad. Poor kid.
It was innocent when I said it. I swear, it was innocent. These are all taken out of context. One more time. Number 1.
Number 1.
Hey, that's a long road there through Iowa. You want to borrow my nephew?
In what situation are we borrowing nephews? Come on. Come on.
Oh, it was innocent. I swear. I can go back and play the clip, but that would ruin the comedy. So, look, I'm just going to have to deal with it. There you go. There's your top 10. I heard that. Which one was your favorite, man?
I think Brandon McDougal. This is just
Number 3.
he fucked me doggy. Brennan McDougal. You're over there playing a mouth instrument. Oh, it's just so much. I don't know. It was a real team effort.
Oh, that it was.
What was your favorite? What, number 1 probably?
Yeah. Number 1 is my favorite. Yeah, I thought number 1 was just, I mean, it's absurd. How could that ever be an innocent thing? But it was.
Number 1.
Exactly.
Hey, that's a long road there through Iowa. You want to borrow my nephew? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Lauren is here. She's watching. Hi, Lauren. Lauren says, these are great. All right. Thank you, Lauren. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, God. Whew. It's a lot of work pulling those. I heard that clips. I'm glad it
Well,
was
you
worth
did
it.
a great job. God, they were good.
Oh, good.
Good laughs.
Well, if you want to see the ones that didn't make the top 10, we're going to be playing that back coming on up here next week. I actually have them right now, but we're running out of time here. So we got to bounce because pulling back the curtain, we're just about to get on here and record a 5 on Friday with the old Greg Salerno. So if you like this podcast, you're laughing, you're having some fun, make sure you're jumping on the old Patreon page because that is a way to get a separate, completely separate podcast here.
Patreon.com/Sparks Radio.
That's just pure comedy, man. That's what that is. It's really not much financial shit going on over there. It's just we bring in Greg Salerno, comedian Greg Salerno. We have 5 questions from you, the committee, that we try to answer, and we do that. We put it up on the Patreon. It's $5 a month for the members of the special committee. That's how you get that separate podcast and all the bonus content. It's all up there. So definitely jump on there. Oh, shit. And let me mention this, dude. Look, I saved the best for last. Let's do this. Remember this guy?
Okay.
Is it investing?
Who's that, Pike?
Oh, that's Bobby. That's my much older brother.
Much older brother. That's Bobby, Pike's brother, a.k.a. the latest member of the special committee. Yeah, he signed up. Which
Look
is,
at these.
dude, how cool is that? So shout out to Bobby.
took him
Thank
so
you so
long?
much. What took you so long?
Yeah. Been doing this for months.
I love it. There you go, dude. So thank you so much. We're up to 25 patrons. Our goal is 30. So let's keep it going. Make sure you tell a friend about this podcast if you can. If you're watching over on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, youtube.com/SparksRadio. Thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything. I have to sit here and grovel for it every single goddamn show. It's embarrassing. I hate it, but by God, it does help us out. So I'm going to sit here and do it. So sign up for the Patreon if you can swing it, if you have budgeted for that, or if you want to help us out, text a friend the link to the show, whether it's on Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts or whatever you got. However you consume this thing, text them a link. That really does help us out. That's the coolest thing you could do as a member of the committee. So that's it for the show. Pike.
Yes, sir.
Follow him on all social media at Pike Taylor Radio. We got to go, man. Greg's going to be here in 1 minute.
Piss coming out to my eyeballs right now. So
I'm at
yes,
Sparks
let's
Radio
go.
on all social media. Hit us up, DM us if you want to get a hold of us by all means. Any last words, Pike?
I'm going to go pee.
Okay.
Show's over, motherfuckers. Now get out of here.